My original plan tonight was to get the McRib. It's a combo with a basket of fries and 2 McRibs, but they were sold out of the McRib. So I guess that tells you how that's going over for McDonald's. They're yearly bringing back the McRib. It's going swimmingly, as I think it usually does. We got the basket of fries though. They still had that. It was just the McRib completely out of stock. And then what I decided to do was get a Big Mac and a Quarter Pounder. And I'm just going to compare those because those are their two kind of signature things. And I thought that that would be interesting to compare and review. Everything's starting to get cold because it took me like forever to set up the camera in a way that I liked. And I feel like it's still going to suck and not even look good. It's a little warm. It's still a little bit warm. But it's definitely starting to get cold. They're still nice though. They're still edible. I was thinking about... Excuse me, I'll try not to talk with my mouth full. I know that's probably a pet peeve for a lot of people. I was thinking about McDonald's fries the other day and how I like them. Because they're very unique in the like fast food fry space, I feel like. Just because they're so thin and slim. But they always have the right amount of salt. I feel like a lot of places I've ate recently, it almost feels like it needs more salt. I think I said that in the last video that I did. That the fries needed more salt. These always have enough salt. And so you gotta give it to them for that. And they're just unique. I like that they're skinnier. They're different. It's easy to throw a whole handful in your mouth. And they're very like nostalgic and kind of comforting. So I gotta say I endorse McDonald's fries overall. I got a little Coke Zero as well to accompany the feast. And I think I'm gonna set it to the side. So we can just hop right into these. Alright, so this should be the Big Mac here. And we'll try to get a decent view of that for all the kids out there as the lettuce topples off onto the bed. So it's got this signature like middle bun. And then it's got a patty on each side of it, lettuce, I believe onions as well. And yep, onions. And then there's pickles in there as well. And then there's secret special sauce, which I think every time somewhere has a secret special sauce, it's basically just Thousand Island. Maybe Thousand Island with like extra mayo. As I know that came up in the last video. And I think I can state definitively that that's pretty much what the secret sauce is anywhere. That's solid. It's solid. It's fine. I feel like I know I've said in the past that I think the extra bun in the middle a lot of times makes it too much bread, but it's not striking me that way right now. I'm definitely getting a strong taste of the meat. This just has their normal like skinny patty, and honestly, it's not good. It's not high quality meat. It's not a good patty, but the sauce does help kind of drown that out a little bit. The lettuce gives it a nice crunch. This is definitely very low quality meat, the normal McDonald's meat patty. But like I said, I do feel like the sauce does well to kind of cover that cheap processed meat flavor and bring... The sauce is nice and it helps it a lot. That's suffice to say, I think. But there's still nothing about this that really like stands out or really like elevates it or next level. So as far as like specialty sandwiches and like signature sandwiches go, I feel like this is like a straight up 5. This is just like absolute mid-tier standard. But they definitely got good ratios of all the ingredients. It's well balanced, you know what I mean? So we're gonna jump right into the quarter pounder. Get our little comparison and review. Now see this, the patty is thicker. It's got a fatter patty. And it also, the onions that were on the Big Mac were little like foo-foo, the really like finely diced onions. So this has like a thicker cut onion going on. Hopefully that's a decent enough view for you. It's got more pickles as well. I think the Big Mac just had 2 pickles on the top. This has 3. And that might just be like a little extra one they threw in there just for funsies. But hopefully that's an okay view. As I rub my fingers all over the food I'm about to eat. And I think that's like the main thing about the quarter pounder is that it's just a fatter meat patty. But I would assume it's like the same meat. I can't imagine them having 2 completely different meat blends, but maybe they do. I don't know. I think the thicker cut onions are definitely helping this. I feel like I was about ready to say that I feel like the thicker meat patty doesn't help the meat, but I feel like I'm not getting quite as much of the kind of like foo-foo processed quality of the meat that was on the Big Mac. I feel like this meat is, like I said, I don't really have enough insider info to know if it's 2 different blends. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I would be really interested to learn more about that. But I feel like the meat on this immediately is striking me as like a little better taste wise at least. I don't know, like right before I took the first bite, I was like already prepared to say that I feel like the Big Mac might be a little bit above this quarter pounder just because of the sauce, because I like the sauce on that. But this kind of really has the melding of all the flavors, and this is kind of really giving more of the like classic burger flavors, and I feel like it's really striking all those notes successfully for me. You really get a little meatiness, and then the cheese coming in strong on top of it, and then that like pop and bite of the onions on there. So I feel like this is like really accomplishing like what you expect from a burger more so than the Big Mac did. So that I feel like after a couple bites of this, it's almost starting to take the lead a little bit. It depends. If you really are a fan of that secret sauce, I think you might like the Big Mac more just because of that. But I feel like this is definitely doing better as far as like what you expect from a burger, if that makes sense. So I honestly might rate this a little higher. I think I might have to go quarter pounder over Big Mac like right now in this moment. As far as fast food burgers go, I still don't think I would rate this like super high up out of 10, but I might give it higher than a 5. I almost feel like 7 is a little too generous, but I would definitely be confident giving it a 6 at this point. Yeah, the one thing I will say about their fries, though, they have to be fresh, they have to be hot. As soon as it gets even partially cold, I feel like it's like not enjoyable at all anymore. So we're gonna have to call it on those. And I'll apologize if you are watching this hoping to see me eat an entire basket of fries. I cannot do that. I also got this is like the strawberry cream pie. This might have been out for a while, but all I'm particularly familiar with is the classic apple pie. So I thought that this would be nice to go ahead and sample. That's definitely got a nice flavor of that strawberry. You can taste both the strawberry and the cream, for sure. It's doing a good job of hitting both of those notes. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. The cream aspect is a very it's definitely reminiscent of a cream cheese. It's reminding me a lot of that. And then that kind of melding in with the kind of pureed strawberry compote type of dealio going on. I haven't had one of the apple pies in a long time, but when I was in the store getting this, I had no desire to buy the apple. So I would definitely say that I like this more than the classic apple, based off what I remember from eating those in the past. I feel like if you spread some butter over the top, a little crinkle of coarse salt, anything's better. Any dessert is better if you do that, in my opinion. I feel like I might have said that in a video before. But this is really solid. I'm really supporting this right now. I think I would give this like a solid, maybe even an 8. I might be being a little generous, but I'm definitely rocking with this bad boy tonight. He's kind of stealing the show a little bit. All right, well, I think that's a good stopping point. Go ahead and wrap this one up. Try to keep it from being too long-winded here. Appreciate anyone that watched this. Would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well and staying positive. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.